Hello everyone, and I would say welcome back to another episode of Vanilla Goals, but that's not today. So today I'm actually putting out a small bit of a PSA video talking about some of the stuff that's been going on and why there hasn't been a Vanilla Goals episode last week or today. So that's mainly because of this and something else that's actually quite a distance away right now. So I actually have recorded episode 6 of Vanilla Goals twice. Once last week for where I started preparations for my base, which is way over that way, because this is not going to be my main base. This is going to be like my AFK area. So I started preparations for the base, but all I really got done was I shaved off a couple layers of mountain. And then at the end of that episode, in order to make it feel like I did something, I got my first piece of ancient debris and first piece of netherite scraps. And when I was going through the footage, I didn't feel like it was enough for a full episode that felt like something was actually getting done. I felt like I had to do more because I don't want to put out filler content, if that makes any sense. You know how like some TV shows have like a filler arc where nothing really happens pertaining to the plot, but we just get to learn, if it's a good filler plot at least, we get to learn more about the characters that are involved in it. But it just didn't feel right with me. So that episode never went up, and I actually intended to use some of the footage from that previous recording to go into this one. And I actually re-recorded episode 6 a second time where I made my iron farm that's right over here. But then the iron farm stopped working, or actually, more accurately, it didn't work at all. And then I thought my villager breeder stopped working as well, which it still works. I've had a couple of villagers pop out from it. One of them did die, but that's neither here nor there. I will actually get some rest to make the sun go up. So, yeah. Basically what happened is I recorded 2 episode 6s, and even with both of them combined, I didn't feel like it was good enough content to put up on the channel for the next episode of Vanilla Goals, because I want to put up stuff that's good and doesn't feel like it's filler, if that makes any sense. So yeah, all I can really do right now is wait for this to get filled up with more villagers, because I think I built it correctly. The only problem I have with it is there's 1 villager in each of those 3 spots and only 2 right there, which I think is the only reason it's not working. I haven't had time to hop into a creative world and rebuild it there and see if that's maybe what the problem was, but I'll have to get to that eventually. And this still works. I did shave off the mountain, I did go to the nether, and it didn't feel like it was good enough for you guys. So that episode never went up. And it's not going up today either, sadly. So yeah, so that's where Vanilla Goals has been for last week and today. I will hopefully have something that's good enough for you guys next week. I just want to actually get something done because I want to fight the Ender Dragon soon, like episode 7 or 8. I just don't feel like I've done enough progress to constitute the next episode already, or even to have a good episode 6. I don't want to have a repeat of episode 2 where I just mined a whole lot. I did not enjoy that episode very much myself. So with that out of the way, there's actually one other thing that I'd like to talk about before I head out. And that is some future plans that I have for this channel. So I have a couple of projects that I'm actually working on right now that I want to do more often in the future if possible. And if you guys have any thoughts on any of this stuff, leave a comment down below. That would be much appreciated to see what you guys are thinking as well. For those of you who pop in and watch this and are wondering where the Vanilla Goals episode is. So I want to do so I just want to talk about some of the stuff that I want to do on this channel. So the main thing that I want to do is I want to start sticking with more open world RPGs as well, because that's my bread and butter. I love those types of games. The reason I love Horizon Zero Dawn so much, the reason why I actually really like Cyberpunk 2077 so much, and the reason why I love this game so much is there's just so much potential for a world. And as you guys know, I'm a big lore buff. I love Warhammer 40k. I love Horizon Zero Dawn for the lore in it. I mean, the actual gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn is really good as well. And Horizon Zero Dawn will be making a return. I will be streaming more parts of the story soon. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I actually do want to pick up Cyberpunk 2077 again with my previous save. I just haven't had a whole lot of time to play a lot of games lately. So yeah, so those are the types of games I'd like to play a lot, other than just Minecraft, which is gonna be most of my stuff, because this game is awesome. And once I defeat some of the vanilla stuff, I want to do some of modded again, because modded is my absolute favorite part of Minecraft. So that's future for some series. Let's get into future of game series, at least, where I do a playthrough. Now I want to do stuff that's extra. That's not just games, but also other things as well. So one of the things that I've actually already started and done at least once is I want to turn clips of games, specifically streams, into stories. So I've done this with Stellaris, and that's another reason why I picked Stellaris up again, is I want to do it again, is I would take clips from a stream and other extra clips that I would need for like some video stuff, like panning over entire star system, stuff like that. I want to turn those into story bits where I do a bit of voice acting, because I really like the idea of being a voice actor. I don't know if I have a good enough voice for it, but all I can really do is keep trying it out and see if it works for me. But not only that, I love writing stories. I've mentioned it a couple of times before, but I've actually wanted to become a book writer. I just never got around to it. Obviously because I'm 20 and there's not a lot of time there to start a book author career. And I've also had plans previously to make a video game with like really deep lore, and I would write the story, and that never panned out either. So we're getting there. So the way that I want to do it though is I want to, because I actually recently, just last year actually, fell in love with the idea of becoming a visual effects editor. And then I became in love with the idea of becoming a movie director. And then after that, I became in love with the idea of being a storyboard director, or whatever it is, where I would sit down, write the story beats of like a movie or a TV show or whatever, and I would basically be the person that figures out how all of these beats are going to work together. Because I love the idea of making a really long story with a lot of interconnected lore and yeah, that sort of thing. Because yeah, I just find that really fun. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do that with Stellaris at first, and then we might do that with some other games in the future. I actually plan on doing it with RimWorld, but it's a lot of different games to play all at the same time. So we'll figure it out from here. So that's plan number one. Plan number two, this is the first part of extra stuff. I guess I should also mention, I want to start picking up horror games again. I want to play horror games because, as you guys know, I'm very much of a scaredy cat. So I think it would be funny to watch it at the very least, even if I'm not good at those types of games. I do like horror games quite a bit. I just haven't gotten around to playing any of them in a while. And I do have one saved up from that actually me and Jaden the Warrior talked about. No One Lives Under the Lighthouse. That's a horror game that I have picked up. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet and sitting down to record it. So that will be coming soon, and I would like to do more horror games, especially stuff from like indie games. I love indie horror games so much because they just have so much style. Continuing off of that, so the last thing that I'd like to talk about is content that has actually nothing to do with gaming. Well, it has a little bit to do with it, but not much. I want to do tech reviews, and I don't want to do just any type of tech review. I want to review really cheap tech that people pick up because they either spent their entire budget on their computer build or they just don't have a lot of money in the first place. So I already have a script written, a draft for the first one, and I'm gonna call these Broke Boy reviews, where I have a really cheap electronic item. It could be a phone, it could be headphones, it could be a monitor, it could be a mouse, it could be any of these things. Something that's really cheap and easy to get that someone might make a compromise on in order to get something else that's a little bit more pricey, like a better graphics card. They might cheap out on a $300 monitor with 120 hertz to get a $100 monitor with 60 hertz in order to go from a 1660 Ti to a 2070 Super, say. Something that I actually did. Because there's not a lot of reviews on, at least the big tech reviewers that I've seen, of people talking about all of this cheap tech and using it for a long period of time in order to get the full experience of what it's like. So the monitor that I've been using is a locked 1080p 60 hertz monitor, and I want to do a review on it because I think it's a good monitor, but also at the same time it's a $100 or $90 monitor depending on whether there's a sale or where you're buying it from. I actually have that planned for the phone that I use, and I have been using for about a little over a year, Pixel 3a. So I want to talk about some of the stuff with that phone. And then I also have some headphones that I got because they were cheap, and they're true wireless headphones, and I want to do a review on those pieces of garbage. If you can't tell, I don't like them very much. So yeah, so that's some of my plans for the future. I just kind of wanted to take this moment to not only talk about why there's no Vanilla Goals episode last week and why there's not going to be one today. It's because I'm working on some things, but nothing's really working out, and I really just need it to work. But I just have to play the waiting game because that's just how this works. So yeah, so that's basically what's going on at the moment. I just have all of this stuff that I really want to do, but it's just not working out for me. And I just want to put out good content for you guys, and I just need to take a moment today to step back and try and learn some more things in order to put out some better content and work on some of the ideas that I've been working on as of late. I already have a overarching story thing going on right now, and I've been doing that for a couple of months actually. For those of you who have been paying attention to some parts of my editing, you might have noticed some weird things are going on with specifically the character in Wingcraft that I play, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to give you guys too much of a hint. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on for the last little while. Life's been a little bit busy. I did try the 5 videos a week thing. It didn't work. Probably stick to 4 or 5 depending on how much time I got on my hands. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I have laid out. I just wanted to lay out everything for you guys just to give you guys an idea of what I want to do with not only video games but this channel and future stuff. So a lot of the stuff that I talked about here, don't expect it to come soon-ish, but I am working on it right now because I think it's going to be really cool. So I hope I can see you guys there when I put out some of this cool stuff that I hope you guys enjoy, as long as it works out at the end of the day, right? So I just want to take one moment to thank all of you for stopping by and watching, and all of you guys who are subscribed. You guys are truly awesome in my book, especially all of you who leave likes on the videos and comment whenever I post new stuff. It's really fun to interact with you guys and that sort of stuff. So yeah, so I hope you guys can forgive me for not putting out as much as I would like, especially since I've kind of put this high bar, because I'm very harsh on myself. That is quite true. Just high bar of quality that I want to put out. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm just gonna leave this here with you guys, and yeah, thank you for watching. And as always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys keep having a great day. And I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Bye-bye.